August 14th. Just piles and piles and piles of decomposing mountains. There's so much water on this north side of Mount Hood, but I thought I'd note this fairly seasoned bit of trail work here. Very nice job. Mr. Oregon Cruise. All that down, now we get to go up. And the trail goes that way. Whew. A little more climbing to do, but we're almost done. For now, what a spectacular tent site this would be. Holy moly. Sunset view. Just spectacular. And I believe that's Mount Adams over there. Yeah, we're pretty sure that's Mount Adams. But I'm often wrong on these quasi-IDs. It's a heck of a climb this morning, but boy, is it pretty. Just flowers all over the place. And these guys are like little baby's breath. These guys, I don't know what they are either. I'm sure everyone's getting real tired of hearing me say, I don't know what something is. Kind of tired of it myself. Here, big water source up ahead. Creek. Oh, look. It's Mount Hood. Another just absolutely splendid water source coming down. Still don't need water. I'll sit here and look at it for a minute though and enjoy it. And back up we go. So we're here at the, I think this is the Paradise Loop Junction. It goes up and over there. That's gonna, that trail needs some work. I can't even see it, but hopefully you can. I believe what we're hearing are the headwaters to Rushing Creek. Rushing, not Russian. I'll take a quick break, have a Snickers, grab a bit of water, put it in my mouth. There's the headwaters to Rushing Creek. I got a little bit more up. There's headwaters. That's pretty impressive. Mount Hood. I'm not sure where we go. That ain't the trail. And people are like, I think that's the trail. No. I don't know where the trail is. To be honest with you. I still look at gut hooks. I don't. Good Lord, if that's the trail, it's a mess. It can't be the trail. Alright, well, I gotta figure out where I'm going. Another look at that falls. I found the switchback that we were supposed to take. Mount Hood. And there's another switchback right here. Onward. Alrighty. Here we are at the mighty Sandy River. Just below the even mightier Mount Hood. Tripping over rocks right in front of people. Doing good all morning and I get in front of people and trip on a rock. Ooh, look at that bad dad. There. Let's go up here so we don't have to do 2 crossings. Yeah, I think that's going to be it right there. The rock to island to rock. I mean, any of them will do. Not that bad of the river. Well, I survived the mighty Sandy River crossing. It was a little sandy. But this thing rages when the first melts start, when it gets really heavy. Oh my God, it's just gorgeous. It's been a lot of climbing today. We had the big descent out of Mount Hood and Timberline, and then a big uphill, sweat tea uphill out of Sandy River, that big canyon. Now I'm on another 1,500 foot climb out of Ramona Creek, sweating like a pig. Met a really nice guy. His trail name is Boomer. It was funny, he was sitting there with Iceman, which is the young kid that slept in the bed next to me at Etna, at the R&R bunkhouse. We have been seeing each other for weeks, pretty much since Etna. I'm pretty sure he's baffled why he's not out hiking me. Boomer was back down there at Ramona Creek. I hear a little whistle. I look over and I don't see anybody. And I'm just kind of plodding. He whistled again and I'm like, what? And Boomer's like, well, if you don't want a soda. And I'm like, what, soda? I'll take a soda. Came over and acted immediately more sociable than my initial response of what? Like someone's whistling at me from the woods like a bunch of creepy deer. Boomer is from Oklahoma, little town near Lawton. He had a backpack full of sodas, Cokes and Sprites and root beers. I very graciously accepted a Coca-Cola. Ooh, that was good. Sat there and chatted a while about all sorts of things. He did the PCT in 2017. And I told him when I first walked, I'm like, dude, you look familiar. And in the end, we never did figure out where we met. But we both know we met in 17. He completed the trail, I did not. He had hiked the AT before, the Appalachian Trail. And he attempted to do the Continental Divide Trail, the CDT, this year. And just way too much snow. Colorado was buried under like 1,000% of average snowfall, so he got up to the San Juans and that was all he could do. So he's wandering around. Wife kicked him out of the house, told him to go somewhere, and he's been driving northward, providing random trail magic, and I got some. He said he's going to be at Cascade Locks probably Saturday. So I told him I'd see him there. So anyway, I just thought I'd give a shout out to Boomer. Super nice guy. Does a lot of volunteer work, like I said, over 1,500 hours a year in Oklahoma at some of the parks and trails. Good on you, Boomer. And all the trail angels. All right, I got a long way to go. So I need both hands for pushing with my poles up. The hell is that? Oh wait, I'm doing a selfie. I'm trying to point up at a tree. I'll show you. But I was like, what the hell? There's a tree on a tree. Tree on tree action. Except this one, for some reason, is cut off and still attached. That's Is that bolted in? No. I think these two were just growing together. And they're entwined up on top. But the bottom part of this guy's got a... I've never seen anything like that. How cool. They almost cut into the second one, cutting this guy off. Well, they did cut into it, but... interesting. Anything to take just a couple seconds break. All right, back to the hill. I tell you, every time you're, not every time, but sometimes when you're pushing for goals and maybe struggling, some other completely unexpected opportunity pops up on trail. So I'm slogging up this hill, and on this switchback that I'm on right now, was above where I was cutting up below, just down there. I hear a guy, and as we get close to the same switchback, he's all, "How you doing, man?" I'm like, "You know," we start chatting a little bit. He's like, "I'm OTC." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'm James T." He's hiking along with his dog. And we got to talking a little bit more. He hiked in 96 and 2003. And now he's out, switchback. He's out trying to find where he grabbed a couple of pictures in this area. Well, it turns out his trail name, OTC, means, "Oh, that Craig." Because he's the creator of Craig's PCT Planner, which is a brilliant resource for folks. Helps you estimate how much food you might need between spots, between towns or post office or wherever you're going to get resupplies. And I used it quite a bit in 2016 and 2017 as I was planning my 2017 hike. He said, yeah, he's like, that resource just turned 21 years old. It's 21 years since he first created that. Absolutely nuts. He's like, well, since my PCT planner is now old enough to drink, I thought I'd bring some beers out and hand them to hikers. He's like, "You want a beer?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm on this uphill." And he's like, "Well," I'm like, "Well, no. Hold on, I didn't say no. I was just contemplating lugging a beer, another pound up this hill. But if you're giving them, I'll take one." And he hands me a tall boy bush. Yeah, baby, bush. So yeah, I got some selfies. Well, I took a picture of him and his dog. Miss Annie, I think. And then took a selfie with him. So you'll see those right now, or after I finish talking. Actually, I think what made him tell me who he was, I was like, "What? Got a YouTube channel?" He's like, "No, but I created the PCT planner." I'm like, "Oh, holy crap." Whew, another switchback. Oh, this hill. Anyway, the kindness of strangers and the random characters you will meet on the trail. Like me. This is definitely a first. I absolutely 100% positively do not know what these berries are. So I 100% will not be trying to eat them, but they're pretty. There's bunches of them. Someone tell me what they are in the comments below. I just turned off Bob Marley's "Waiting in Vain" to bring you this video. Oh, so jamming to that song. So we got over Top Peak spur trail and came down to Lolo Pass, and there was a sign, and Tilly, the Australian cat, decided to continue this as a selfie, because all you're going to see right here is power lines in front of us for a minute. And anyway, Tilly said there was trail magic, that at 5:30 someone was going to show up and bring people back to a place for full food, big dinner already cooked, ready, showers, sleep inside on the floor or camp outside. Big property, Liz was saying. Just a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. It was so funny because there were a bunch of heads behind me. Like 6 dudes showed up. Medicine Man, I caught up to him. He's hurting, which is the quick end of the longer story. He's hurting for certain right now, and he's got a busted air pad, broken, popped around the stem. He said, so I guess he has an X-Therm. I'll talk him out of using those when he sees my Sea Summit. Whoa, should watch the trail. All right, because people are like, why are you tripping all the time? Well, it's so hard to tell. There's a giant boulder, not a giant, a very moderately sized rock. Anyway, yeah, so he saw duct tape on my trekking poles. I'm sure he did, because he's like, you don't have any duct tape, do you? And I'm like, yeah, but it's been on there a long time, so it's only so effective. So anyway, I'm not going to the trail magic. All the heads, including Future Problem. I remembered his name. Yeah, I think it's sticking. The red bearded, real nice guy, fairly quiet. Anyway, they all bailed in. I think there were 7 of them, but I would have been 8. Liz was all like, oh, there's no girls. Yeah. Anyway, I told her, I said, look, plus they were probably, she's like, we'll probably be up back at the trail at like 8. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got 32 miles still to go to get to Cascade Locks. And so I told her, I said, for all those reasons, like if I get up and, I'm walking by 6 tomorrow, I set myself up really well to get there early on Friday, which is the beginning of PCT Days. And I've heard lots. I won't give you details now. Can you see this behind me? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just looked over and saw it. I remember seeing that note in one of our navigation app, Guthooks. Yeah, they're like, yeah, northbounders, look right when you get to this spot. And there's also these guys. That's why I was doing selfie. I was like, oh, it's just going to be that. And then I was like, oh, I remembered. There was, let's spin around. There was going to be that view. Yeah, there's some selfies in this, right? Clearly. I don't know. I'm going to take some pictures, and I got to go and catch up to Medicine Man. He'll be so happy because he left. He sat around for a few minutes and played a song for us, and I'm going to get him on tape tonight. Tape. It's not a youngin' reference. You'll never hear somebody who wasn't born in the 1900s say I got it on tape. It's been a better afternoon. Just, again, I do love the social aspect. It distracts me at too many times, and I let it make me sit for hours and not do what I should be doing to make my hiking more efficient, but it's part of the whole journey. I hope you people are having a thrilling day like this. It's one of my favorite sounds in the world. Top 5 for sure. Easy. Top 3. I have interrupted the beat of the blackbird, which, like, how could I do such a thing? Oh, number 1, look at that. Just hope there's no seismic event as you're walking through. But just this section is really extraordinary for Oregon, rocky, so I gotta be careful while I'm trying to glance to the right to show you what I knew it was coming. There you go. There's a shot without power lines. Look at this stuff as well. This whole little section I've been walking over is all this spiky, shaly, completely broken, and yeah, look at all this rock. Yeah, those are gunshots down in the valley. Yeah, definitely gunshots. Sporadic, varying rapidity. Ooh, rapidity! Is that in your word of the day calendar, James? Maybe. Ooh, what are these guys? See, I could walk this and other trails for the rest of my life, not in breakneck fashion, and just wander aimlessly and look at things. I gotta study. It's not knowing any fun. I was like, oh, I don't know what this is. Well, why don't you find out what it is, dummy? Apparently I'm calling myself dummy this afternoon. It fits at times. Don't trip on roots and rocks and stuff. Again, I don't trip a lot. I do some stumble and slip. I'm going to jinx myself and say, I haven't fallen today. I haven't fallen in a while. Oh, now I'm really jinxing myself. If I'm crying later in a video, you'll know why. Quick commentary on the, ooh, it's hard to walk like that and look at, make sure I'm getting my feet in. They're Hoka 11 Taos, T-A-O. I think they're on a previous video. I'm going to do a review on them. I'm going to start doing some gear reviews because I've got my own experiences and maybe people will gain from them. All right, well, it was pretty in there and now it's just pretty rocky. This is good rock though. I mean, it's uneven, so it's hard for me to predict every reaction. Oh, my foot, like that one. Ow, I hit my callus. That's a fun segment. This whole Mount Hood area is going to be its own video, I'm sure, and it'll still be long. Medicine Man, I'm coming! I've been wanting to shout that, but I'm not going to. I might here soon if I get delirious enough. The good tune comes on that has me doing like more than 2.5 miles an hour up this hill, which I'm currently doing. If I put the phone away, I'll do 3 for sure. All right, folks, love you. It's just splendid up here. Oh, the aromas. There are so many, and a lot of these are the same plants we've seen for hundreds and hundreds of miles. It's not Medicine Man, right? Hello. No? Medicine Man. All right. Have a good night. Probably asleep. I'm sorry. Or are they just pretending to be asleep and don't want to talk to me? This is what we call pack explosion on a log. There's Medicine Man getting intimate with his sleep. Finally made him laugh. I've been cracking wise like I tend to do. So this is where he has chosen to camp tonight. It's a great site. She said she thinks it's going to be dry tonight too. I told her it was dry up at Cascade Locks last night. From above, at least. I got assaulted from the ground, but whatever. See, I insist that I'm funny, but most people...
No. You're dramatic.
Yeah,
You're hilarious.
I was a thespian at a certain point in my life.
Hey, I look at it this way. I got this far. I pick who I want to be with. I do what I want to do.
Battery's at 20%, so no more videos. Maybe a picture tonight. Duct tape delivered. Looks like it's holding. He won't know until he sleeps on it. Duct tape left with him. He kept trying to give it back to me. I'm like, I don't mind. It's not that heavy. You might need it. So I got 2.6 miles. If I do good pace up this hill, it's gonna take me just under an hour. It's like 7 something. So I gotta get in, set up quick, cook dinner immediately. No something, no trespassing. Ooh. Well, we're up here at Huckleberry Junction. Whole way up here I was looking for 10 sites off to the side, but all it looked like was this. There were a couple of sites I could have cleared, but it would have taken me 10-15 minutes to get the tree, branches. So there's one spot here. That's the trail southbound. That's the way I came. And that's trail northbound. And that's the Huckleberry Junction. There's a sign there. Huckleberry Trail goes somewhere, maybe to Huckleberries. There's a spot, 2 spots there. Easy, big, plenty of people. That spot at the end isn't as big, but it's whatever. And on the other side of the trees down there, yeah, I almost took that spot, but it's a little slanty, a little bit, not bad. I'd sleep on it in a heartbeat. But I'm taking the Fat Daddy here at the front because nobody's here. I cannot believe nobody's here. I thought for sure I was going to walk in and make noise on people who were trying to sleep, which I really hate doing. Look at that, a tiny bit of sunset, or at least light from it. It's a full moon tonight, hopefully no werewolves. Alright, well I gotta set camp quick and cook and change clothes and set sleep system and eat food and other chores. It is foggy this morning, everything's a little wasty. Got my tent put up before. Can't tell if it's cloudy or not. I think it's cloudy. Someone had told me that there was rain forecast for Portland, which is to the west of us, on Thursday, which is today. So rain cover's on, rain jacket's on, and I'll see if I shed the rain jacket here soon once I warm up. But walking through the fog, I don't need to get wet and cold. It is a little chilly this morning. Brr! Getting on to Cascade Locks, gotta go. August 16th, it is once again gorgeous up here. Just passed through a whole little aviary of birds. Of course, they're quiet now that I've started talking and trampling through their forest. Just gorgeous up here today. Looks like it's partly cloudy. I think it's mostly fog. Sun's been trying to break through. Trees have been peeing on me. I thought I'd just show you a little more. It's just so green and so fresh up here. The smells are just like almost overwhelming. It is so, I can't even describe. It's just gorgeous. Well, on a clearer day, I'm sure there's a spectacular view out of here. But I'll tell you, I'm just happy. Look at this dry trail. It has been wet, 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 wet. Trees are really catching the fog, and the wind knocks the rain down on you, the water and trees down on you. I'm pretty happy with the waterproof shoes right about now. I mean, the tops and the outsides are soaked just from, my pants are a little bit too, but they dry quick as soon as the wind hits them. Yeah, in neither of my other 2 pairs of shoes, my feet would be really cold and wet right now. They're a little chilly, but not, I mean, it'll be interesting later here. I'm gonna pop them off real quick and see if the socks are moist at all from anything besides a little foot perspiration. But it's been this all morning. Just the prettiest. These guys are just starting to open. Lots of everything. The big red berries were out in force. Big red berries, small red berries in big bunches. I'm gonna find out what they are. I'm sure that it's a good thing I haven't eaten them. I don't know what these little guys are. I don't know if they're these guys or not. All right, water's just up ahead. There's a spring. So I'm gonna sit and drink a bunch. Have another morning snack. I'm not getting dripped on as much now. You can maybe tell there was a little bit of a real strong burst of sunshine that just came through. Meep. And here I stopped in the strongest part of it and just stood there and turned around on trail. Felt like a slow roasting chicken. Just felt so good. I just got done taking a break, about 6 miles in to today's walk, and I was hungry. The hiker hunger has kicked in. I mean, I've eaten a bunch today and I'm still hungry. Had my second Snickers bar at the break, had a Stinger waffle, some sweet tarts. Already had a granola bar this morning and my first Snickers bar at camp. And I got an uphill coming. So I'm gonna put you back in my pocket, and there will be more food eating when we get down to Waltham Lake, which is about 6 more miles. I missed that spring. It was super wet area, and I was looking for it too. And I walked past it and then realized that whatever was there was probably just a drip. So I could have probably licked plants and gotten more water. So I got about a half a liter to get me 6 miles. I'm definitely not going to die dehydration or heat exhaustion up here. It's fairly chilly. Fortunately, I'm okay with that. So look at that. Made it up that hill without putting you in my pocket. But now you're going in there because phone battery, and I walk faster with 2 poles. So keep on keeping on, people. Not some horrible views as we're walking along through these granite fields. Been a great morning, even with the wetness. It was, what's that? That is the first blue flower I have seen in a long time. Those are very bluebellish. I'm sure they're not, but I'm gonna get still of them and then keep moseying. Same flower I just took pictures of, but they're all closed up. They haven't opened up yet. Where's my hand? Look how pretty. I'll grab some of these guys. Look at them. And there's one that's starting to open. Those are gorgeous. I don't know what they are, but they are really pretty. Two-tone blues. Some yellow on the inside. Really quite charming. I don't think I've used that word this year. Right here. A whole big bunch of them. What do you folks think? Waltham Lake looks like a worthy spot collect some water, grab a bite of lunch, and then get back up the direction I need to go, which is and this is the last spot the trail ends up going up and around the lake, and I think there's switchbacks up here, and we cross over and then go down, and that's the last climb until Cascade Locks, other than a few little climbs. tiny little climbs. Alrighty, well, water first, then lunch. Woohoo! How pretty. It's chilly. There will be no swimming or feet washing or any such nonsense. Here's another berry question for you people who know berries. These little orange ones right here, they come off, when you pull them off, they come off kind of like thimbleberries or raspberries. And they pop off like that. I actually bit into a couple and chewed them a little bit, and they had kind of a, I don't know. I'm still spitting it out. I didn't swallow anything. It's squishy. They smell fruity. I mean, but I don't know. They kind of got a bitter taste. I'm not gonna mess with that, but there we go. So it's actually Wattum Lake, W-H-A-T-U-M. Climb's been a little challenging, the usual rocks and lighting challenges, but mostly the biggest challenges, huckleberries. I'm gonna pick me a few more, and then I'm gonna look how juicy those are. Huckleberries. All right, folks, end of the day, August 15th. I am about 11 miles out of Cascade Locks. The next 5 miles is burned dead section. And as suggested, the next tent site has I went up there. It's a ways up the trail, maybe another half mile. It had a sign on it that said the area was closed, and there were trees down everywhere. You can see here I am in an area that burned in 2017, but the trees, this was the edge of the burn area. Most of the trees are still alive. Clearly you can see there's a deadfall there. There is one behind me back that way. Behind me, the other direction that I'm facing. It's leaning way to the right, and so if it goes, it's going to fall. Hopefully not on me. There is one younger tree behind me. I did what I could do to test it, and it seems solid. There is a tree in the way, so if it falls, it'll hopefully ricochet off me and not kill me. You got some plants growing up here, a little bit of recovery, lots of pine duff, which is nice. I cooked here in my vestibule, and that worked out nice. This is my second night doing kind of the alternate fly. You can see my stuff is a mess. Sea to Summit pad I will review later, but it's one of the reasons I like it, because I can kind of bend it around and keep it out of the way for a while so that I'm not sitting on it putting a ton of pressure and puncture potential for it while I'm cooking and cleaning and just making a general mess. There's my food bag, which will be double odor-proof zipped when I put it in the backpack. Dinner has been eaten. Yeah, and again, you can see up there, all of the trees are alive. Well, most of the trees. The young ones that were in the burn, you know, they're just like this guy. They're dead, and they will fall eventually. Here's hoping that it's not tonight. It is windy. It is chilly up here. It's going to be a cold night. Good thing my stuff is my Enlightened Equipment quilt, and my thermals, and my wool socks, and my Arc'teryx fleece are good to about 15 degrees comfortably. You could probably survive to 0 in them. There you have it. August 15th. Just a beautiful day. Did not get as far as I want, only about 17 miles. But again, I wasn't willing to put myself into an even worse position than I already am. I don't know if that's possible, but the curiosity, and last note, curiosity is, you know, all those guys who went into Trail Magic last night, none of them have passed me today. They've got to be still coming. There's only been 2 people pass me since I set camp here, and neither of them were those guys. They were both camped behind me last night. So, yeah, I don't know what those kids are doing. Maybe they decided to stay at the lake, but there weren't a boatload of sites at the lake. So that should be another fun dealio. You can see here, I mean, there's definitely, but I mean, that stuff's been down for a long time. It's already rotting and decaying, decomposing. So, all right, well, it's going to be an early bedtime and early rise. And tomorrow should be a grand adventure. Bravo!
Thank you, thank you.
I actually got a little bit on video. I'm gonna get you some more when we're at the locks.
Hey, it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, it is. 16th. First look at the Columbia River. There's Washington over there. Of course, we saw Washington yesterday. Mount St. Helens and other parts. We stayed up there somewhere in the freaking cloud. My tent's all wet. Actually, just my rain fly, really. Anyway, this is going to be one of the last videos, and probably the last video until I get to the bottom, because my battery is running low. And my phone battery is running low, and my other battery is straight out empty. Yeehaw! Another 5 miles or so. Or probably closer to 7, but 6 something. Or, you know, mile and a half. This 7 mile section, probably 6. I'll detail the numbers. I know them. I'll detail them later, and when I file a report, has been unsafe. There's been no horse poop because it is not fit for equestrian use, in my opinion. I know 2 people fell this morning on eroded shoulders, just generally bad, rocky when it really didn't have to be, and not my usual level of complaint. Anyway, and this is the final. Walk on some of these for a while. It was a beautiful morning, but that last section of trail is mile 7, right before the switchback. I sat and had a break and waited for Medicine Man, but he yeah, but apparently he was sitting up at the spring playing the flute. So he'll be done sometime late this afternoon, and I'll get back to you when we get to town. Not yet, Johnny. Not yet. Rather nice, huh? Yeah. right, well, entirely too long of a setup. But there was dog poop involved, which we've now determined that we are staking out as, like, it's okay to pee there. Not really. This is Melody from Oregon, staking out a spot for her disabled cousin, I believe. There's the Columbia River out my front doors. Not as many tents as I thought so far, but a lot of people hiking, a lot of people still trying to come in. We are on an island, folks.
I'm not going to see you. That's why I was struggling to make
Sorry.
Nope, you're fine.